Hey, Doc here. Submit your art in my official Discord server if you want it featured in the next video. The link will be in the description below. Probably. One moment. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Hey, Gabe. Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know the game. I don't know the game.
What game?
The space game. What is the space game? Do you know what
I don't
the
know.
space game is? Dude,
Yeah, I don't know.
what are these games? What's
Well,
the one
you're
with
not a true
the white
FNaF
one?
fan.
You literally just said that you didn't know. Look at
Ooh,
the
I'm
white
excited for
one.
some of these though.
Me too. I'm excited to get to sister location. What?
Not even that. Wait until I get to security breach.
I don't like. Oh, sorry. I was about to
back.
spoil my full opinion.
I'm back.
Hey,
Oh, what happened when I was gone?
nothing.
Me and Leia were arguing.
About what?
He hates me.
Oh, I knew it. So, the Halloween edition. Leia, you got that point. So, Jay, heads or tails?
Heads again.
Okay, let's see. Yup.
Damn it!
Halloween edition. So if you aren't sure what this is, it's just pretty much a skin change for the game. They added instead of Plush Trap, it's Nightmare Balloon Boy. Instead of Nightmare, it's Nightmare Eon. I think they replaced Foxy with Nightmare Mangle.
Oh, I like the nightmare designs. Based off of this is just basically the same game
Yeah.
with the nightmare designs. I'd probably put it at like either David Tennant or Freddy Fazbear.
Okay. Jay.
Well, I kind of implied this when we were discussing FNAF 4, but yeah, I'd put it at David Tennant because, I mean, all the points I made for FNAF 4, but now it's like you have FNAF Marionette, and I think that design is pretty cool.
Okay. It is like
I agree.
the thing about this game is that considering you both agree, I guess like I'll put it there. The thing about it, right, is that it's just FNAF 4 with a bit of like a new coat of paint, so it's not that different. So like I'd say like yeah, sure, it's just as good. I think the argument could be made just like I'm gonna put it here, but if like I think the argument could have been made that because it's just FNAF 4, you know, it's like it doesn't add anything per se new. But yeah, we'll put it in David Tennant, and in that case,
yeah,
you guys, I think you both get a point. So Jay, I hope Jay, you got this one, and then you
have like
he has 4 points, and then you have then you have 2, right, Leia? Or was that 3?
I thought I had 3.
Because you guys
Well,
both
Leia
agreed
had
on
2 a
FNAF
minute
2.
ago.
Okay, okay, I really should
I
be
feel like
writing it down, but
Yeah, you probably should.
FNAF World.
I don't like it.
Oh wait, we have to do a coin flip. So, who did the coin flip last time?
I
Jay.
forgot about that.
So Jay, you did it last time. So I guess Leia.
Wait, we didn't.
We didn't even. Hello.
Sorry, brain malfunction. What do you want?
Heads.
Ah.
No.
Okay, Jay. What's your opinion on FNAF World?
I don't like it. It's not. It doesn't feel FNAF. I don't even think it has story.
Well, you know what? I think it's the most FNAF game out of them all. No, but
Okay. Now I know you're being sarcastic. So fuck you. I'm putting it in Wilbur suit.
Oh.
It's not that great.
Oh, our first Wilbur suit. Okay, so the one thing I will say is that, and like, at the time, it did have story implications. Nowadays, like, it's maybe not. It depends on who you ask. It does have some sort of lore in it. Whether or not that lore is relevant is another story. Leia, what are your thoughts?
I honestly wasn't too crazy about it. I remember, like, when it came out, when people were like, oh my god, FNAF World came out, I looked at it and I was like, but I don't think it's like as bad as Wilbur said. I think it's like I think it's a Dormitibus because I do like the either Dormitibus or Scrapshop design. I think Dormitibus though because it's not that bad, and I do like cutscenes that are in it. It's just kind of like stupid looking, you know?
I think, so, I don't know, again, I don't know what you guys know, but a few years ago now, when Daco beat Ultimate Custom Night, I guess the deal was that if he beat it, he would do a interview with Scott Cawthon. And in the interview, I remember he said something along the lines of, he might, maybe he enjoyed making FNAF World, but he regrets doing it when he did, and that it probably would have been a better game to do after he did Pizzeria Simulator, which, you know, is like more or less the last game in the original saga of games.
Well, I do have some reasons for why I made it, even though they're not. It doesn't mean it was a good idea. Just just because I want to go ahead and get that out front. Just because I had reasons for making it, doesn't mean it was a good idea. You know, in hindsight, like now would have probably been a better time to sit back and work on something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you know, like after all the kind of after I was kind of satisfied with all the Canon games and other companies that kind of taken on some other projects, then I could sit back and maybe enjoy making an RPG, and spend a couple of years on it.
Like FNAF World could have been a lot better if it had come out after FNAF 6. And I think that definitely rings true. I think one of the worst things about FNAF World, unfortunately, is that when it first came out, it was an unfinished game. Like, again, like, it's kind of a relic of time now, but when the game first came out, it was pixelated. Like, it wasn't 3D, when you were moving around the map, it was pixels instead of, like an 8-bit minigame from the old days.
It looks like... No, it looks like a GameCube game.
It does. Like, it looks like, you're playing, like, old-style Pokemon or something.
That's what I'm saying.
He did update it to, in his defense, like, he updated it with, like, better graphics and, like, oh, yeah, that's a lot better. But still, like, at the time, it might have not been the best thing to do after FNAF 4. Again, like, it's kind of one of those things where, at the time, FNAF 4 was the last game in the series, but to FNAF World's credit, it did get that update too, and the update, like the free DLC or whatever, it was like the Halloween update, and they added new characters, they added an entire new area, and it teased sister location. So, because FNAF World was so bad, in a sense, we got sister location, and then henceforth. Here's the thing, I don't hate FNAF World as much as I think a lot of people do. I actually do kind of like it. I think it's fun. I'm not gonna put it in Robo's suit. I think I'm gonna say... I'm thinking. I'm gonna say...
As he's thinking really hard.
I am thinking really hard. I'm gonna put it in Scraptrap design.
Yeah, that's fair.
Leia, you get that point. So that's 4 for 4. You both have 4 points. Sister
On
location.
to... Oh, hold on.
Oh, wait, you're right. Actually,
Yeah.
this is the troll game that came out before Sister Location.
What is it? Like, what is it? No, I don't. But I want you to explain it so I could judge the game.
So, it's one of those... So, I think when Sister Location was being teased... a lot of people, especially after they saw the trailer, they saw what Below looked like. A lot of people, it wasn't even that. It was someone came up with adult theory, and what adult theory pretty much is. And I don't know if the troll game is connected to that in any way, but I remember back when people found, it was one of the things teased. It was like a chart in the source code of Scott Games, or one of them anyway. It was a chart that's like, oh yeah, Circus Baby is booked for this day, Funtime Freddy is booked for this day, Boloa is booked for this day, and one of the theories that someone cooked, I think it was King Carter, he said that what if the animatronics are being used like strippers, pretty much.
What?
That was an actual theory at the time, and to be fair, when the game came out and you saw Ballora, you know, maybe not wrong for thinking that, but
I mean, she is a dancer.
yeah, I mean, she literally has a chest. Anyway, when this is the troll game that came out, this is the troll game that came out before Sister Location, and I remember it was something along the lines of when he made the Steam post was that, oh, the game is so dark and like so mature that he wanted to release this like kind of clean quote unquote version of the game that is supposed to be like less darker and less grim than what the final product would be. And of course it was just a troll, and when you open the game and press play, it's just it's one of his old games again, where it's called Sit and Survive, when you're just a kid in front of a campfire, but instead like you have a Freddy head on, and you're just trying to survive out in the wilderness, and in this one place where you sit. It's just a troll game.
To be honest, it sounds stupid.
A lot of these are when it comes to the troll games. I mean,
No. I think I'll be too hard. I think that's another neutron star.
What?
It sounds kind of crap.
Can't keep putting them in neutron star.
No, it sounds kind of cool. Like you sit there and campfire.
Hold on.
You gotta
I'm gonna look this up
until you win.
No.
It sounds kind of cool. It sounds kind of chill. I like it. I think it's another neutron star for sure.
Game. I'm looking right now. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was.
I told you.
I'm gonna put it at I'm gonna put it at Freddy Fazbear because I don't think it's a new.
No, that's too low.
No, I don't want to be silly and be like,
level.
oh my gosh, guys, that's the best game ever. It's not, but it's silly.
It's one of the best games I've ever seen in my life.
the graphics, like, look at that ray tracing, right?
Dude, the graphics on the game they're astronomical. One of the best game experiences I've seen, like even today, I'd say.
Damn, better than The Last of Us.
Oh no!
No,
yeah.
Wait, even better than No Man's Sky.
I was about to say that.
It might be.
Whoa!
Oh god! Just because he said that, I might have to move it up to neutron star.
Stop!
It's such a great game, I think. And I haven't even played it. That's how much of a good game it looks like.
Oh, it's such a good game. Better than any of the. I'm gonna give it to Freddy 5 Leia. You get the point.
Yay!
Sister Location.
S tier. Neutron Star. One of the best.
Oh wait a minute, we didn't even do a coin
FNaF
flip.
games ever.
So wait, so who did the coin flip last time?
Me, I think.
Okay, so what's your name again? Jay. What do you want?
Whoa.
Let's do Tails.
Oh. Okay, so I know where you think it goes.
Oh my god, this game, the best game in the whole series, in my opinion. So awesome. So much juicy voice acting lines.
True.
I love the voice acting. It was like one of the first games that involved like voice acting for like the whole thing. It was just so good. And I love the little story thing, even though it's not like any of the other games. I like the fact that you can like move around, but it's not like free. It's just like you go here and you go there. And the plot twist? The plot twist is crazy! It's my favorite game out of the whole series. It's so awesome.
Okay.
I love it. That's my argument.
No, you bring up a lot of good points. So, technically speaking, the first game to involve voice acting was FNaF World. But you're right. The first game that had complete voice acting was Sister Location, and it is done really well. Like Circus Baby, she is voiced by Heather Masters, one of the most iconic voices in the series. It's also the opening cutscene is very iconic too, where it's the board member and William Afton. With all due respect, those weren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton. Like that is like a very awesome scene. And then Funtime Freddy 2, voiced by Kellen Golf, I think. Kellen Goff. He is one of the most iconic voices in the series as well. Like, he has voiced so many characters. He voiced Funtime Freddy. He voiced Glamrock Freddy in Security Breach, along with Sun and Moon. Like, a lot of the voice actors in this game have gone on to play other roles as well. Hand Unit, by his voice actor is named by Andy Field. Ever since this location, I think he has appeared in pretty much every mainline FNaF game. But yeah, again, it's very different from any of the other games, because you're right, it's like, it's not complete free roam, it's limited free roam, right? You're going from, like, you know, room to room, whatever, and you get these tasks and whatnot, and it's pretty much something different every night.
I also have a little bit more to say.
Go ahead.
If that's okay.
No, go ahead.
I also like how it incorporates some of the Easter eggs, like, cause I don't know, it's just so cool. It's just so silly. I think it balances out well with like funny and serious, my bad. But like the whole like TV show thing.
Oh yeah.
And the exotic butters and the little voice lines where it's like, you picked teenager. It's such a great game.
Yeah, no, that's another thing that's really, excuse me, the humor from especially Hand Unit. I remember you talking about exotic butters or casual bongos, or like, you know, what was the other one? It was the angsty teen voice, yeah. It is like, the voice acting also opens up a ton of like storytelling possibilities. I'm gonna let Jay take it from here, because I have a few things to say more. But what do you have?
I agree with all those points, but I don't think it's the same level as like the first game.
You don't think it's the same level as?
I don't think it's that good either. I think it should be at least like one rank lower.
Okay.
I'd say it's like on the same level as FNaF 2 and FNaF 4.
No.
It doesn't quite beat the.
No.
I mean, Leia, shut up. It doesn't. I don't know. It. Like, I understand. Again, I understand all your points. How like the voice acting. That was pretty cool. I always took note in that. I don't know. It might be because it doesn't bring the same eeriness of like just being stuck in one confined space. But I do get the aesthetic that, wait, we can actually move around this whole facility, but we're still getting attacked by these animatronics.
Yeah.
But like.
Oh, go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. I kind of. The one thing I like about FNAF is that a lot of the lore implications are like very vague, so you can interpret it. The story that's in Sister Location is more straightforward than vague, like in the other games. Like how, like the first game, you have very vague lore implications that make you wonder. But in Sister Location, it's kind of straightforward in the fact that you go in there, you spend the night there, and then enter and the end kills you because they lured you into a false sense of confidence. And there's more than that, but that's kind of the gist of it.
Yeah.
But,
do you have anything else, or? Okay.
No, it's when I say that.
Huh?
It's when I say that, and at the same time, no, it's funny. It's funny I'm comparing it to the first game, because in Sister Location, one of the endings literally involves putting you in an office that's kind of like the first game.
Yeah, no, it's very classic. That
like
that
the alternate ending where you quote unquote live, because I mean you still could die in the end, but like it's where like you have to defend against Ennard, and you're stuck in an office because Ennard got angry. You didn't listen to him.
Yeah. So you bring up an interesting point. So that it sounded like you were like, it just didn't click with you. What it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
No, I totally get that, and I'll give you like credit where it's due. This game is so different from a lot of the other FNAF games that came before it, especially at the time. The reason why it kind of feels weird comparing it to like the other FNAF games. Besides that, like, that one secret ending where it's the ended boss fight or whatever, because it's pretty much like straight up FNAF, whatever.
Yeah.
What I would say is that, and this is where I think it ultimately depends. I'll tell you right now, this game is actually like very controversial. Well, not controversial, maybe.
What?
Actually, maybe it's controversial in terms of its lore implications, but also it's a kind of divisive because people either love it or hate it, much like FNAF 2. But even more so for this game because it's so different. Because it is arguably, even compared to like maybe the VR game, more or less. Again, each night is something different. You're moving around this facility, and I think the best night in this game, the most effective night in terms of being scary, is night 2. Night 2 is the night where you hide under the desk and you have to hold that thing as the biddy babs like pull on it, and like that's a very tense moment. And then
that's my opinion. I think that what Jay was saying, like, oh my god, it's not like eerie enough. I feel like the voice acting makes it like more eerie. It's just the way that they like convey things through the tone of their voice. Like the little hushed, like quiet whisper is just so like, ugh, don't talk to me, you know?
I think
No, the voice doesn't. I don't think the voice makes it more eerie. It adds more to like the story in the game, which engages more. And also, Dog brought up a good point, and it kind of supports my point. It's like you can argue Sister Location isn't as scary because, like, yeah, there's jump scares, but it's a lot most like every night you like they task you to do something, and like you go do it with the risk of like getting jump scared. But like my point is, your main objective isn't to survive; it's to complete your task. And like I feel like at some point it gets repetitive because I think it like saves your progress depending which one you're doing. So like
Mhm.
you
It
die,
does.
then you restarted the same thing, and at some point you're like, oh, I died again, and at some point it gets even less scary the more you
You
get stuck in a
okay?
part.
So you're kind of like conflicting your other opinions about FNAF 1 because that's literally the whole point. Like if you die, you have to restart it all over again. And you're saying that that gets repetitive. The whole point of the games is that it's repetitive if you don't win. You have to keep going. And I feel like even though it's repetitive, it has like story, so it still keeps you engaged. But I kind of understand how it'd get annoying if it was repetitive, but all the games are repetitive, is my point.
May I say something? Because you both bring up a
What?
valid point. So one thing I'll say is that in terms of repetitiveness in FNAF, these games are inherently repetitive. Just like for comparison, when you play a Telltale game, like Telltale's The Walking Dead, Telltale's Batman, whatever, like those games, you have choices, and to each their own.
Mhm.
Like sometimes your choices don't really matter, whatever. That's not the point. The point is that generally speaking, your actions, you have a lot of choices, and your actions will have an effect on the story. When you play a FNAF game, like we all know what FNAF 1 is. We all know how that works, and we're like, generally speaking, we're all familiar with what these games are. So if I opened FNAF 1 right now, we know we're going to be sitting in an office for the next 8 minutes. Like, we're not going to be somehow transported into like Minecraft or whatever.
Yeah.
I think let's say you are like a new person that is maybe has played horror games in the past, and now you're opening Five Nights at Freddy's, it will be effective for a little while. But the nature of jump scares, and when you find out how to play the game, what the mechanics are, and what you're supposed to do, and when you've been like jump scared, like, oh, this is what this jump scare is, oh yeah, they scream in your face and bite you, whatever. The jump scares, and this is like just how jump scares inherently work, is that jump scares are kind of the pinnacle of, the peak of the experience. Not peak as in like, oh, they're the best part. No, they're the peak of this tension has been building up to this. Eventually, the jump scare will not be effective. Like, say, like, jump scares, they can make you, oh, I've been spooked for, like, a little bit. They make you jump, right? But eventually, you will get used to it, more often than not, because you're just desensitized to it, pretty much. That is kind of how jump scares work, and it can be argued that that might not make the experience lesser, but it's just how it works, is that you will get used to it. So, in terms of, like, repetition, yeah, these games, you're not playing a choose your own adventure, more or less. What I would also say is that what let's say FNaF 1 has over Sister Location is how it builds tension. It's one of those, okay, so I said that Night 2 is probably the best in the game because of how it builds tension throughout its encounters. You have the Biddy-Bab one, you have the Ballora one where you're crawling on the floor, and then you have the Breaker Room mini-game, which I think is very effective. I think that is one of the best ones in the game, where you have Funtime Freddy kind of lurking in the darkness, and you have to reboot power in the facility. I think Night 3 is the best one. I don't like... the Night 3 is the Funtime Foxy one. It's kind of just mid. Night 4 is the Springlock one.
I hate the Springlock one. The Springlock one makes me rage so bad.
That's everybody. No one likes the Springlock Night. That's stupid.
I love the
That's
game.
what I meant by repetitiveness. I meant like... I meant repetitiveness, like, not of... I mean, I know the games are repetitive. I mean, like, it's repetitive where, like in Night 4, at some point, it's not... At some point, being jump scared is not even your concern. You're just worried about the fucking little coil things you need to wind up, because then the little ballerina things kill you, and at some point, it just gets annoying.
No, that is it. The game, what I would say about this, and this is like, I think Sister Location could have been an even better game if the Night gameplay was a lot more, maybe like just different tasks. Like, again, I don't like Night 4. It's unfortunate that Night 4 exists. But, what the first game has over Sister Location is its gameplay. I would say that Sister Location's gameplay, although it has moments where it is really effective, again, I think Night 2 is where it peaked, and it's a downward spiral from there, pretty much. I think FNaF 1 is actually more engaging than Sister Location because of its gameplay. I would say that... I'd say FNaF 4 has better gameplay than Sister Location, actually. Again, Sister Location has its moments, and I do really like it. But here's another thing, sorry. Just to put this out there, that also makes Sister Location really different from all of the games. You can see it on, like, the little picture here. That's Funtime Freddy. Think of what Funtime Freddy is, and then look at this guy over here. Sister Location is such a detachment from... How to put this? This dude looks like he's from Star Wars. Think of how futuristic...
What does that mean?
No. It's not...
They don't... There's such contrast in comparison to the other designs. Like, they're shiny. They have like some weird metallic endoskeleton.
Exactly.
The outside looks like it's like shiny plastic or something, and it's
That's
like
what I
weird.
never got about the timeline.
And like when they jump scare you, their like faceplate opens up. It's like,
yeah, no.
When have they ever done that?
Well, no, like I'm not dissing the design. I think the designs are pretty alright. I think they're good designs, but like you have to think about it, and
they just feel off compared to the rest.
Yeah, like. I remember when people when people saw this game, they thought, oh, that has to take place like later in the timeline. Depending on who you ask, and this is why this game is kind of divisive, because no one really knows where it happens in the timeline. So, for example, when do you think FNaF 4 takes place?
I have no idea. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
FNaF 4 is after the bite of 87, right?
No, FNaF 4 is like at least 1983.
It just looks like...
When did the kid get bit?
There's two bites. Generally speaking, it's believed to be those two bites. There's the bite of 83, which is what FNaF 4 depicts. And then the bite of 87 happened probably around FNaF 2. because FNAF
Isn't
2
that
is
the
Yeah,
main
okay, like
one?
the one where Fredbear bit the kid's head. Which year was that
that's
one?
83. That's
That was
83.
83. That was 83.
Okay, FNAF 4 happened like after 83.
You mean you're not wrong? No, you're not wrong. I'd say like yeah.
Bro said,
Well, no, like the mini games. You know, like how there's the mini games between nights. Those are definitely 83. Like technically speaking, the gameplay of FNAF 4 probably takes place in 1983. But he's not wrong. He's not wrong in saying after. It's like it would be like after the bite at least. But
yeah.
Yeah.
FNAF 1, most people would agree, happens at least 1993 or somewhere in the 90s. No one knows where this game takes place. There's theories.
That's what I'm saying. It's just it looks too like futuristic, but then people are like, it happened like a really young time, and I was like, it doesn't look like it.
No, like no, you're totally right in being confused, and like people are also right. Like these animatronics, at the very least, the game itself, like it either takes place before or after FNAF 1, probably, like one of the two. But the animatronics themselves had to have been built a lot earlier in the timeline, most likely. Again, it depends on who you ask. Some people think they were built after FNAF 2 for reasons. Some people think they were built before Fredbear's. So, like...
Also, to get through like the why they look like different, because people are like, they don't look the same. Like they look different. They're made of different material. They blah blah blah. They're not made by the same people. Like it's not made by the same person.
Well, that opens a different can of worms. So these...
That's true, but what I'm trying to say is that even though it looks different, they're like not made to be like. I mean, they are, but they're made to kill. Like
they are made to kill. They are made to kill children.
And the first ones weren't. They were meant to entertain, but they turned to kill children. But these ones are like specifically made.
Yeah, I think this is where I could tell you, I guess maybe like a downside of it, because you also have to think about. Just as another side note, the game takes place under some dude's house. This is a underground bunker that William Afton was experimenting in. So this game, I think...
Bro, get all this money.
I don't necessarily hate the game for these, aspects. I think I do like the design of the animatronics, and like I don't mind the fact that that William Afton has a murder basement. But what I would say is that this is the game, kind of the turning point where FNAF started to stretch its realism, and it started to push the boundaries of disbelief. Because when you look back at all the other games, like obviously you're dealing with animatronics that are haunted and whatnot, but Sister Location again introduced these very futuristic animatronics that are supposedly, that were at least made in the 80s or something. And you also have this completely underground bunker, which is also like an experiment chamber that William Afton was doing something with. And like, again, you have these killer animatronics. It started pushing the boundaries of its realism. And maybe, like, depending on who you ask, that's not necessarily an issue. But, like, I think it's fair to say that maybe it kind of detracts from it, more or less. It brings the story in, like, a whole new direction. I think I'm going to give the point to Jay for David Tennant.
No, you're wrong.
Jay, where do you think?
You're wrong.
Where do you think it belongs on David Tennant?
Honestly, I behind 4, to be honest. I actually like 4 better.
No, that's fine. That's
fine.
No, wait, no, like
this. Stop.
wait.
It doesn't deserve this.
We're gonna leave it there.
Stop.
We're gonna leave it there.
Wait, but put the Nightmare one before the first one.
Yeah, put the Nightmare one before the second one.
Really? Okay.
No, before the fourth one. Yeah, like that.
No. Put the fourth one before the second one, because I like the fourth one more. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, don't do this. Guys, please. I hope I see somebody like fighting for me in the comments. Please, guys, please. It's the best game. It's so
Leia, you gotta know how to accept loss.
no, it's so good, and I'm so sad
Leia,
that you guys
it's
don't
not
think.
that good either.
Yes, it is. What do you mean?
So I think Jay, you
It's
have
so
Jay, you
immersive.
Jay, you
You're
have
wrong.
Jay, you
Yeah,
have
what?
5. Jay, you have 5 points, and then Leia, you have 4, right?
I have 5.
Do you?
No,
Yeah.
you don't, Leia. You have
Yeah,
4.
we're tied.
Wait,
No, I was.
wait. We can break it
Oh.
down.
What the fuck? I just got another point.
What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. Wait. So Jay, you got 1. Jay, you argued. You guys both got 1 for FNaF 2 because you agreed. So that was Jay 2, Leia 1. I forget who argued for FNaF 4.
Me.
Did you get that point or?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I had 5.
So that's 2. That was
No,
2.
Leia, we were both at 4, and I just got
we were
5.
both at, no. We were both at 4, and then we talked about the stupid little Fredbear game, and I got the point because you didn't want to put it in Neutron Star.
No, that was your 4th point.
Oh, that was my 5th point.
No.
Yeah, because our 4th point was
No,
both.
we were both tied.
What? No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
I think FNaF World Leia, you got the point for that.
Yeah.
Because I know he said Wilbur Suit. And then
Yeah.
Taylor, then he got the point for FNaF 3. Because you said
Yeah.
that it was bad. And then we just
I thought you were keeping count of this.
I should have. I really should have.
Right. You weren't.
I know I don't have a
No.
piece of paper next to me. Did I give Jay a point for Halloween edition?
No, I think he was trying
You
to put
did.
it in. No, he was trying to put it in Neutron Star.
No, I was
think.
trying to put it in that one.
What?
No, I went to FNaF 4 below that one.
Guys.
Oh, you're right.
Guys.
Okay, wait. So FNaF 4.
Nah, bro. Replay the fucking footage.
That might be a good idea. Wait, I could do that. Give me a minute.
Well, I kind of implied this when we were discussing FNaF 4, but yeah, I'd put it at David 10 because, I mean, all the points I made for FNaF 4, but now it's like you have FNaF Marionette, and I think that design is pretty cool.